sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. And it's coming up next.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland, we're getting a look at the enormous Commanders Field. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
The former Commander, Dustin Hopkins, has it teed up, and here we go from the nation's capital. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. And leading them out is the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, the number 2 pick in the NFL draft out of LSU, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory. Second and 3 now. Here's Daniels. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, They're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Working inside the red zone. And it's caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
It's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders finish up an excellent opening series. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. On the return, it's James Prochet. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by a guy coming off a pair of shortened seasons. The former Pro Bowler, now in his 8th year, Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson's time here in Cleveland, it's been a bit of a bumpy road, just not been available, not on the field for his Cleveland Brown teammates. And remember, this organization made a hefty investment in him, more guaranteed money than any player in the history of the NFL. If he stays on the field, if he's able to be durable and reliable, he could finally make that return on investment for the Browns.
Here's Watson, 1st and 10. Able to get it to Moore. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the 39 now, after that explosive start to this drive. 1st and 10, here's Watson. Escape, coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the fumble recovery is made.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become two, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. He's on the move. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And Washington into the dime here, defending pass, 3rd down coming. From the gun, Watson. He puts some air under this one, deep right. It is caught at the 20. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Such an exciting play lost because of that penalty. And this offense now left to think of their next call as they make the long walk back down the field. Here he is on 3rd and long. Got him in open across the field, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This play goes for 36. And that gives the Browns a first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. And holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Working from the gun, Watson. That one complete to Njoku. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Watson. That's into the hands of Moore. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Sticking to the air with Watson. Throw reeled in by Njoku. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Another one for Ford. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. All right, here we go, 2nd down. To throw, here's Watson. Quick hitter, complete. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He's got it! And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Here's Watson to the air. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns finish off their opening drive. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. That one right down the middle. And we're all knotted up. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Daniels back to throw. Along the sideline, Brown brings it in. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Still 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Landover right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They still have 5 to go here. 3rd down. Daniels from the pistol. That's caught for the 1st. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Again, Daniels to the air. It's taken in by Eckler. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. from the 48. Here's a throw out line to his wide receiver. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
On first down, here's Daniels. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they face second down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Play fake here, Daniels. Finds his target, Robinson.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. The Browns and quarterback Deshaun Watson gearing up for their next series. And that last impressive touchdown drive, well, they'll have to see if they can repeat that. They're backed up again to start this one. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the 1st down play.
Watson now, off play action. He's got it, room to run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Kate, that play so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Play action, it's Watson. This will be caught by Cooper. And they make the tackle at the 38. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Watson on 1st and 10. That's more on the quick slant. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Working from the gun, Watson. That'll be complete to Ford. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Sticking to the air with Watson. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
He was downfield in a hurry, hoping to help with the play, but that effort cost some points as the penalty wipes out that touchdown.
Still 1st down.
So now from further back, another try at 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he drives this forward to the 6. A gain of 5 gets him some yards back, but still some ground to cover. 2nd and goal coming up.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his right. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag. He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him.
Still 2nd down.
Could that penalty come back to haunt him? It's another 2nd and goal. From the gun, Watson. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Returns looking good so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. Second and 6 coming up here. Throwing it again here. Has a man, it's Ertz. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Now Daniels off the play action. He's on the move. He can run it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. And it's caught. And he pushes it all the way to the goal line, but goes out at the 1. It's 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders pushing for points. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Here's an option play to the left. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie before halftime. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Seibert now to add the extra point. That one right down the middle. And we're all tied up. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Browns and wide receiver Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next drive. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, here's Watson. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. From the 38. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Third and short, it's Watson. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They're now set for first and 10. Watson now. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the Browns a first.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Watson, first and 10. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. And they get to him again. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Here's Watson. He beams one deep right side. He's got it inside the 10. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 14.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Kickoff taken at the 3. Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He has been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. To throw, Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Daniels now. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's brought down for a loss. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. And the Browns bringing out some extra defensive backs. We've got dime on 3rd down. Again, Daniels to the air. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Give all the credit to the coverage on that one. Even with plenty of time to throw, they never gave him a lane to complete it.
So they bring Tressway back out there for another punt. James Prochet returning this for the Browns.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. And he's going to take a knee. So that's halftime here in this one. The Browns on the road, but currently in front. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that 1st half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Browns ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Watson. This is Cooper working left side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
New set of downs for him at the 38. A give up the middle to Ford. And he finds him enough room to get it up to the 42-yard line. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Breaks through, and he might break away. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown, his 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
On his Hopkins for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 14.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. First and 10 now from the 30. An option give to Robinson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Play fake here, Daniels. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's tackled for a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Nice pass complete over the middle to the tight end. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, But these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Browns in a dime set, third down coming, trying to lock up those passing lanes. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Daniels on first down. Hits his man on the out route. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 16. The throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
This throw is caught. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders start the second half with some needed points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Seibert now to add the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. Finding Judy. And this one does not go far.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Out of the gun, here's Watson. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Ford straight ahead. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson to the air. That one is caught left side of the field. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 13-point lead. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 21.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Another carry for Robinson. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's taken in by Eckler. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Daniels from the pistol. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin on the quick slant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And he's only able to drive this down to about the 45. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing now, Daniels. The Browns close in and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
The Commanders ready for the punt. It'll be Tress Way doing the honors. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're gonna mark it a little before the 20. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And all the touchdowns are sure gonna catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To the ground with Ford. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Watson now off play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Running is Ford. The ball's out, he lost it. And the fumble recovery is made. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That run gets him 7. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 12. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? If it chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. The Browns close in and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 19-yard line.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Commanders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Daniels. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
What a great fight from those blockers to keep buying him time in the pocket to find a throw. You wish that effort could have been rewarded with a completion.
Punt team on the field. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fields this at the 42. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. This is Ford. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Watson looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. As I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Here's Ford running right. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Watson working in the pistol. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. He cuts it back right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Another one for 4. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep, 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Trying an option here, play to the left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Watson has it, 3rd and goal. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only 1 off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. On is Hopkins for the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 21.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders set to take over. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. The screen set up for the running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He puts everything behind this one. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
2nd down and 10, Daniels. The Browns close in and take him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
And the Browns bringing out some extra defensive backs. We got dime on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Desperation time on 4th down. And this one's going to be close. Did he get both feet inside the chalk? Oh, no, he did not. Great effort, but an incomplete pass. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. They're set up at the 35 now. From the gun, it's Ford. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Staying on the ground with Ford. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Play action. It's Watson. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. David Njoku, the touchdown. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game. And now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues. On his Hopkins for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Commanders 21.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Commanders all set to regain possession. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Daniels now. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Complete. It's McLaurin. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Again, Daniels to the air. Rolling left, buying some time. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 42. Fires over the middle, caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. He can run it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing now from the gun. The Browns close in and take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, man, they've had a heyday in the backfield.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the 2 keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life. You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders making the scoreboard look a touch better. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Well, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Seibert now to add the extra point. And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And that kick fails. The Browns able to recover. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Forward running to the right. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott.